What is going on, everybody? Thank you for joining me. A little different video today with everyone being in quarantine. Can't really get out the big trucks, the nitros. So I had some kits lying around. Figured might as well put them together. So I had a TRAXXAS TRX4 chassis kit and an AXIAL SCX10 raw builders kit. So we're going to start with the Axial. Now I just want to put things into perspective that I am not an avid rock crawler. This is aside from my Axial AX10 deadbolt. I don't really do like competitive rock crawling. So any like specs or technical questions that you guys might have, I'm not going to be able to answer. These are going to be my opinions as someone who just wanted some nice scale looking trucks. So with that said, let's move on. So we'll start with the Axial SCX10. Now, this being a raw builder's kit, it comes with absolutely nothing. It does give you the ability to choose 11.4, 12-inch, or 12.3-inch wheelbase. All the links are included. All the links are steel or aluminum. So they are full metal links. With that said, let's move on. So I'm running a 2017 Proline Ford Raptor body, 12.3-inch wheelbase. I'm running Proline High Rocks. They're on 1.9-inch Proline wheels. Those are beadlock wheels. I guess it's like a two-piece wheel. It comes as a wheel and tire package. And the tires are 120 millimeters. They look very good and very scale on the truck. So for electronics, this truck is pretty basic. I am running just a 27-turn RC four-wheel drive motor and just a axial speed control that I had lying around from my AX10 deadbolt. For a servo, I am running a Savox SC0252, so it's a full Metal Gear servo. Not the strongest, but it has no problem turning these wheels. Drivetrain obviously is all stock, and again, it's basically the essential of, I guess, what you can call what started everything on rock crawling. I think it's a very nice looking truck, very scale, very realistic looking. It's got great torque, incredible torque. Speed, I guess, is not something you're looking for with this. I would say on a 2S LiPo that I'm currently running in it, if I had to guesstimate a top speed, I would probably say it's right around, I don't know, 5 miles an hour, maybe 6 at the most. On a 3S, I can probably get it up to 7, have some wheel spin, but it does have no problem climbing a lot. It has great flex, and it's very nice to look at, which is basically what I'm doing with the truck. Now, on the TRX4, this, I'm sorry, but this thing, I myself am not a huge TRAXXAS fan. I'm really not. I'm not knocking them in any way. A lot of their stuff is very, I guess you can say, mass produced, and they constantly make new things out of other things. However, this really, really got my attention. The fact that I was able to build this, I thought being a TRAXXAS product, it would just be very, very fast, very easy to build. This actually took some time. It was actually a very involved build, which was I was very happy by that. So with that said, let's get right into this thing. There's a lot of features on this thing that just make me extremely happy. Number one, the Ford Bronco body. It's a 79 Ford Bronco. I'm sorry, but this, my opinion, mine only, this is probably the most beautiful body I've seen. It is so detailed in every way, from the functional headlight buckets, full plastic grille, and this is a Lexan body. This is a full Lexan body. but it has some plastic accents. Rear view mirrors, it's got plastic trim down the side and on the back, which really just, I mean, that is just absolutely beautiful. That just screams Bronco. I had a Bronco as a kid. I had a 1990 Bronco, so this one just really hits a core. It's beautiful. I mean, the truck is absolutely gorgeous. So with that said, let's pop under the hood and see why this thing is just, it's wonderful. I mean, it's absolutely wonderful. So, put this body off. Do not want to drop that body. So, under the hood, sorry, I almost dropped you guys. Under the hood, it's obviously a lot more complex than the Axial, as we will look. There's a lot going on under here, but essentially it's still, you know, you can see the frame rails right there. It's essentially just a C-channel frame, just like the Axial. This frame is much bigger and it is thicker. It is, I'll tell you right off the bat, it's a lot stronger. Without question, it's a much stronger frame. And they have all these wheel wells, everything just attached to it. So it's almost like a real vehicle where the wheel wells are part of the frame. As everyone, it does have a functional 2-speed transmission. It's not really a 2-speed. It's a high and low selector, which is quite cool because on a 2S LiPo, in low mode, it's pretty much about the same speed as the Axial, you know, 5-6 miles an hour, give or take. Again, I'm not putting a radar gun on them. I'm just guessing by sight. It's around that speed. In high gear, I'd say this thing hits close to 9, possibly 10 on a 2S. And possibly on a 3S LiPo can probably get up between 11 and 13 miles an hour on a 3S. So for what this thing is, it does scooch around very well. One thing I love about this thing is having the ability to lock and unlock the differentials. I mean, that is just awesome because you can drive around. This thing has such an incredibly tight turning radius. It's crazy how tight this thing will turn. This thing, again, has a very tight turning radius as well. But when it turns, the truck's hopping and it's trying to push forward. And if you have the differentials unlocked in the TRAXXAS, it's just like right around the corners. I mean, if you lock the diff, it does the same as the Axial. And one thing about this truck, I'd say this weighs maybe 2 pounds, 3, borderline 3. This thing, I mean, without a battery, maybe 4, possibly 5 pounds, maybe a little more. This truck has got some weight to it, but it's all down low. Like everything is very low set. And one thing I really love about this truck, again, trying to focus on a full-size truck, the drive line on this, it's all one line. Where the drive shafts on this, it's like a full-size vehicle. Straight and then on the transfer case over to the front. I mean, that is just, it's very unique. It's very cool. I know I'm blabbering on about this truck, but I'm sorry. But TRAXXAS, basically, they made a killer truck. And this is phenomenal in every way, shape, and form. Another thing I love about it is the portal axles, because there are so many gear reductions in this truck. Like you can feel there's a lot of resistance. Like even the tires want to roll right there. There's just so much resistance on the gear ratio. Whereas this one, I just want to do the same thing, but now it's making me a liar. But with that said, I'm going to get a video of this thing driving. I honestly, I really don't think I'll ever take this thing outside. I mean, to be perfectly honest with you, this will literally be the definition of a shelf queen. It's too nice. It's I kind of built this just because I was bored. I've had this kit lying around for quite a while now. Never really had an interest in building it. Between working and, using the other trucks. I never really had an interest in building any of these trucks. But with everything basically shut down now, and my hours being cut back at work, figured, hey, now is the time. It's a great thing. So with that said, I'll catch you guys in the next video. And till then, later, guys.